Leo, can I get first reaction, please?
I'll talk to you later.
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry.
Are we going to do this every time I win a championship here?
Maybe. Now, what are your thoughts
All right,
on being...
so here's my first reaction. I'm the man, and I told you so. Every time I come here, I step through the door, I walk out with more gold around my waist. And that's not something really you can teach. And you know why? It's because I'm a vegan. And it's because there's only one son of the sun. And tonight, the son of the sun is the VPW champion.
Thanks, Leo. I think.
Thanks, Leo.
This Saturday night, NYWC returns live in Deer Park. And Jorge, he's got the biggest match of his life as he's going against Sal Savelli. Your thoughts, sir?
Biggest match of my career. I've been busting my ass for so long for this one. Sal, I love you, and you know I've been busting my ass, you as one of my trainers. You deserve that title, but you know it'll look a lot better around the waist of big man shit. And as for you, Papa Don, if you decide to interrupt in my match and cost me that title, best believe I'm going to come after you and whoop your ass. And you better keep Lawrence St. John out of this, too.
All right, this Saturday night, NYWC returns live in Deer Park. Get your tickets now.
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me earlier.
Talking to the New York State champion, you're going to have to pay up.
Do you take Kale?
Dude, goodbye.
Whip wreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest.
Get my earplugs on.
No. You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about people
dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
Darko is now the new Starlet champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am the fearless princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
Finisher is called the Shadow Ban, and I was like, that's kind of...
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great...
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and tonight I have a very special guest for you. Let me bring to you the one, the only, Rick Savage. What is up?
Yo, what's up?
How you doing tonight?
Man. I'm good, man. Just watching some wrestling, the usual here for me.
Okay, all right. Well, what's up tonight?
I just watched some old clips. Just got watching Shingo Takagi versus El Generico.
Nice. Good way to spend a night, man. I was watching Cobra Kai.
So, okay, close. You close?
A little bit. Yeah. All right, let's go over some flyers real quick we got for you. We got it coming up this Saturday night. Who are you wrestling against up here?
If I'm not mistaken, Nobi Bryant. It's going to be our first time ever.
Okay, first time matchup at Lubbock Pro Wrestling.
That's right.
I'm trying to see who's on the card over there.
We got Big Damon McCullough, Sam Stackhouse, looks like LC Mox, Stevan Renson. I see Las Crudos up there in the top right there. Some of my boys that I started retraining with back almost a few years ago now, before I got into biz.
All right.
Help you get ready.
And then we got Summer of Slam. I love it. Summer of Slams for RCW Sunday, July 21st. Man, you had a busy weekend.
I got a busy year. Yes, this is a debut here for me. At RCW, first time ever.
Okay.
I'm no stranger to Devin Carter. Devin Carter is one of my favorites. I have beaten the shit out of them once or twice, maybe at some other places for a small increments of things. But Devin needed some backup, I think, from these two. So gave me a call and was like, "Cool, you want to tag?" I was like, "Sure. I get to beat some people up."
All right, and
that's fine.
You can watch it live on the Title Match Network.
Yeah. It's sold out too. I think they just sold the last ticket here either yesterday or last night.
So sold out for a show like this. How many people is that in a building?
I don't know. I've never been there, but it looked like they had
Oh, okay.
pick. It's like a. It looked like a big studio ish type deal. Bigger than
Okay.
you'd see like kind of like a gymnasium size arena. With I think maybe like 4 or 5 rows
Oh, wow.
of seating on all 4 sides. Now they have standing room only too. So yeah, never been there. This is my first time, but sold out. So I know it's a lot.
All right, good stuff. All right, let's go into your history a little bit. How did you fall in love with professional wrestling?
I'm a second generation wrestler, so
Okay.
it's always kind of been in my back pocket there. And
Hmm.
I remember as a kid, I think one of the instances that's I mean I've always kind of watched it here before this incident, but uh, the one that sticks out to me the most is when Scott Hall did the invasion to WCW. That moment sticks out to me the most. And I've watched shit like Stone Cold and Bret Hart, way back when, like in your house and stuff like that. I've
Hmm.
seen those pay-per-views back when they used to do pay-per-views, right? I used to
Right.
watch those with the fam pretty religiously like when I was a kid. But that I think that instance is probably the one that was just like, oh shit, I need to watch this. And like every week it was the channel flipping every week. So it was the first
It
instance
was
for
a,
sure.
it was a good time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so good.
It really was,
Such
man.
yeah,
I remember doing the same thing, clicking back and forth, man. What's happening on Raw? What's happening on Night Show? What's happening here? What's happening there?
yeah. It gets to the point where you have 2 TVs, in the
Running
living room
at the
trying to
same
watch.
time?
Yeah, to watch it. One's got, and this is back then when you record on VHS tapes and stuff
Right.
too, right? So yeah,
The good
yeah,
old days for me, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
So
right,
it's
let's
complex.
go into where did you go train? Who were your trainers, and what were your thoughts during your initial training?
So I had a untraditional upbringing. So when I was about uh, 9 or 10, my dad was getting into business, and he was trained by Killer Tim Brooks out here in
Mhm.
Texas and stuff. And I want to say maybe after traveling with him, maybe about a year or so or two, Nico Butcher had moved down to Killeen. And I'd always done these small spots in the ring and stuff like that before shows, help setting up and all that crap. But when he
Right.
started going to train at Nico Butcher's was when I would do my training stuff. They'd get done doing their grown up adult thing, and then I'd go in and get my ass whipped by Nico. Uh, you know, during their
Ouch.
break time. Right? Yeah, exactly. So uh, that's what my initial training would start and stuff like that. And I'd go wrestle my dad here and there, different places. So he'd call me up, or he'll bring me somewhere. I remember I think the first time I wrestled, I was like maybe 12 or 13.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, about 12 or 13. He walked me through the whole thing, obviously, but it
Right.
was like me being able to pick up stuff like this really super simple stuff, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss. It's all that
That's
simple
pretty
stuff. Oh,
young.
yeah, all that simple stuff. And I didn't really give any second thought to getting any deeper than that. Once I stopped going to the shows and stuff like that, that's a whole other can of worms. But it wasn't until I was like maybe 23, might be the last time I wrestled him. I think he called me up. I wrestled him at some show in front of a fireworks stand out in the
Right.
heat. That was the last time I ever wrestled him and stuff, and didn't think about wrestling. I hadn't thought about it since then ever. I had other things. I was just getting done playing semi-pro football. Started getting into bodybuilding. I had a
Hmm.
stint in powerlifting for about 6, 7 years. I was the top upper echelon of that, and I retired. I was like, okay, cool. I'm done doing physical demanding things. I don't want to do this anymore. And then a friend of mine suggested I get back into wrestling. I was like, nah, I don't want to. And then I met my tag partner. Then this is the first time I meet him in person, Damon McCullough.
Uh-huh.
And we, shot shit for about 8, 9 hours at this powerlifting meet in Oklahoma. And it was just bringing back old memories and stuff. And I was just like, hey man, would it be all right if I come into training on a Wednesday, one of these days, and set it up? And I went there some early part in January 2022,
Hmm.
and so I met Bull the Manimal, and I told him I'd worked a little bit, when I was younger, whatever. I didn't tell him who my dad was or anything, so I started going through the roles, doing all this stuff, and I get through the things about like 2.5 hours in. I kind of knocked off a lot of that ring rust, and it was clicking again. I was starting to have a lot of fun, so I was like, I think I'm gonna fucking try to do this. I think I'll make something out of it. Then once Bull found out who my dad was and stuff, he was telling me he knew him and bringing up all these old memories and stuff. He invited me back anytime, so I kept driving up there every Wednesday. To Fort Worth. I live in Austin, so and I drive there 3 hours.
3 hours?
2 hours, two and a half hours worth of work. Drive another 3 hours back.
Damn.
And, back
That's
to work.
tough.
I didn't have a choice. I had to.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I had like. I don't have time. I didn't have time to wait and be like, okay, cool. I gotta go get this stuff started now and get into this work and stuff like that because I had goals, things I needed to hit. So I didn't have time. I had time to waste.
That's 100% commitment right there, brother. Good. Hey, man, I gotta travel too sometimes. When I gotta do a vlog, I go from New York to New Jersey. It's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, this is just in Texas. We're going from Austin to.
Yeah, well, I heard
Fort
Texas
Worth.
is like huge.
Yeah.
You can go to you go to
Austin
one part of
to another.
Texas and think you're in a different part of the world
Yeah.
or something.
That's just how it is to travel to a different city. Not even getting out of it. It's just to a different city.
Right, that's
So,
why I heard it's so big.
yeah, it's crazy. So I do that, and I'd go, I had a couple bookings that I did for Manimal, but met up some promoters that were friends of my dad from way back when. I just gave them a lowdown where I was at, what I was trying to do. So I got on some shows. I do at least one show every week.
Right.
It's progressively getting, miles and miles better every show I was doing. Right, because that live experience was something else. So I kind of reached where we needed to be in my training. Started doing those live shows, and man, I've been just hitting the ground running ever since. I had to stop.
All right. We got a question for you from Serena. If you could pick one person to team up with, past, present, future, who would you choose?
Oh man, it's a tough one. Who would I team up with?
I think it should be Scott Hall.
Scott Hall's one of my ones where I'd pick because I want to wrestle him versus teaming up with him. Man, it'd be.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him?
No, I did not. Unfortunately, I did not get to meet Scott Hall. I've gotten to meet some old legends, but Scott Hall was not one of them, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. And team wise, it's hard to say because I wasn't really watching too much tag team stuff then. But it'd be probably funny. Probably like a DX member. Like during the DX era, not like just individual like a Triple H or Shawn Michaels or a badass Billy Gunn, but like during the DX era, I probably like a Shawn Michaels to team up with, because you're always gonna have like the smaller guy and then the bigger guy in the tag team, and Shawn Michaels is just phenomenal, but he's just a great watch in a tag team. It's so entertaining. He's so entertaining.
He's entertaining. Yeah, he is. He's one of my idols.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. All right. Tell me about your toughest match to date. Who was your opponent? Why was it so tough to get through this particular match?
Necro Butcher.
Why was it tough?
Man, he's just a really hard-nosed dude. It's been the same way since I met him as a kid. He didn't give me any leeway for being a kid at all. Never did.
Right.
I've never complained about any of this stuff. I don't complain about getting hit hard now. You can probably think it's a lot from that. So, him and my dad would fucking beat me up when I was a kid, hit me with all kinds of shit. And it wouldn't, at this point, it doesn't really faze me getting hit with things. So, like, when I finally got, I think he was XPW was coming into Houston, and I saw he was on the deal. I immediately was like, the only match that makes sense for you guys to book is me versus Necro. Nobody else makes sense. So they did, and I hadn't seen Nick in 20-some years.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, it's been that long. And he remembered me. You know, obviously I don't look the same, but he remembered me and stuff, and asked if I remembered, the stuff that he taught me then. I was like, yeah, I remember. So it's,
Yeah, I remember. Let's get in the ring. Let's go.
yeah, super easy to talk to. Super easy,
Uh-huh.
very nice dude. I know he's got shit with in public, and sometimes he says things that are not correct. But as far as the wrestling part goes, it was super easy to talk to. It just when the bell rang, it was a whole different fucking ordeal.
Uh-huh.
It was like more of like a spiritual experience. I wouldn't even say it was really that hard, but the fact that it was just so physically demanding, and it wasn't, like I said, it's not even like my hardest match physically demanding wise. It was just hard because of who it was, the respect there,
Okay.
and I earned his respect afterwards. Which did I need it? Probably not. But as a younger me, I was thankful for it because watching those dudes grow up as I was growing up, and then getting to wrestle some of these guys now, it's kind of surreal. And like that match was just super stiff, very 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 rough. It was rolling around in glass. So at the end of the day, it was a tough match, but it was one of those ones. It's like you couldn't tell if we was gonna kill each other there or not, but it was fun, but it was definitely tough for sure.
Okay. All right. Now tell me about an opponent you want to wrestle that you haven't wrestled yet. Why do you want to wrestle with a certain person?
Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb is on my upper echelon deal. I've wrestled a lot of people in Texas now, and a lot of the top talent in Texas. I wrestled some good talent out of Texas. I've been out of Texas wrestling some top talent, and as far as I'm concerned right now, Jeff Cobb is one of those dudes that is in a promotion where I want to go, but also he's just as physically domineering as I am, and just as strong, just as fast. And I think it's a cool matchup to see. I think I'm a little bit taller, a little bit bigger than he is, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But he's just so strong it really doesn't matter. It's one of those things like you're watching some old school heavy meat slapping matches, and it's got one of those vibes where you get. I call it the Steiner match. You ever watch an old school Steiner match? They're just like tossing each other around.
Yeah.
You hit the mat. It's like it's not even like a happy bounce. It's like a hard thud.
It's a hard thud. Yeah.
God, jeez. Yeah, it's a Steiner match, and it's one of those ones where I think me and him would really impress the people with some certain things, but also just the physicality of it would be pretty incredible.
All right. Serena says, "What's one piece of advice you give to someone just starting out?"
Don't stay in the same spot. I know loyalty does matter in some places, but don't get comfortable staying in the same spot, because learning how to skin a cat multiple ways is going to be way more beneficial to you, especially in your learning developmental stage, than anything else. Make the connections elsewhere, travel elsewhere, learn from other people, and that way you can learn to work other people and learn how to negotiate and network better with other people. Because some of the people that might be in your camp are they don't have your best interests. They have their best interests in heart, and wherever they can pull out of you, and use you, it happens. But if you get out of those places, and make those connections elsewhere, you always have something to fall back on. But you also keep learning. You never get stagnant. You're always going to keep learning. That's I think one of the best things to do is to continuously learn. That's what I do. So
that's good advice. I agree. I agree with it. Don't stay in one spot.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into hobbies. What are some of your favorite hobbies?
Man, I don't really do too much now. Man, I draw.
Okay.
I draw.
Okay.
I used to write poetry for a little while there. But I think as of now, like the most thing I do now is probably draw. I don't get to play very many games, but I dabble on some of that here and there.
On the gaming.
Yeah, a little bit, but I draw a lot more for sure than anything.
Okay, that's good. Good stuff.
Yeah, I make all my logos. Any art design you see me post on a shirt or a sticker or anything else like on a video stuff, like I draw all that stuff. That's all. Those are all my designs that I make. So I'm not the best, but that hobby turns out to something. I can make some cheddar out of that deal. So turn that into something.
That's true. You could design merch for all your fellow
Yeah.
wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about all that. That's a lot of some of the prima donnas is a little too much, but I'll stick to my own merch for sure.
All right. Speaking of your merch, where can we get some of your merch?
I have my own website. It's worldbreakersavage.com. I own everything on there.
Oh wow.
I have my own automated system where that merch you can find all the shirts, workout programs, knickknacks, all kind of stuff on that deal, and all those proceeds go to me. They don't go to a third party deal.
All right.
I don't get chopped. A third of the cost, all that stuff in there. I pay whoever to make the shirts. They get sent out, and all that stuff goes to me. So you're supporting me in the most when you go to that website for sure. I have all those other ones too because everybody has those things.
Right.
But my own website, my own domain that I've had for years, even before
Is yours.
is mine. I own that damn thing. So all the cool shit on there, all the exclusive stuff, all the colored T-shirts, those are all on there.
Awesome. All right. Good stuff. Daniel says, from when you started to where you're at today, would the younger you be able to face you now?
Man,
that's a good question.
That's a good question. The younger me was definitely probably faster, for sure. But at the end of the day, I don't think the younger me will be able to hold a candle to what I am now. It just is what it is. I've got way more skill, way more strength. Just at the end of the day, once it comes down to it, you can fight all you want, but the Brick Savage now is just too domineering for the younger me. It just is what it is.
All right. I'm trying to type in the website so I can display it. Oh, no, I spelled it wrong.
Yeah, it is.
Yikes. All right, while I'm fixing that, let's talk about, let's see, if you could go to another country, which country would you go to and why?
Huh.
There we go.
I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Germany. Those are my two places that I want to kind of branch out to. It's hard to say where I'm going to kind of fall into. I'm just kind of going where I go, but the goal is to try to go work for Japan, come back here. But I also like to go to Germany and do like a European tour there.
Okay.
Before it's all said and done, these are like kind of touch points I want to get at. Go to Japan, go to Germany, tour around, hit the UK, come back, maybe hit Australia, and at that point, I'd like to be at a top name company, somewhere in the mix of there, before and or after. But yeah, I'd like to be in a top name company by then, in that range, and then work a couple years, do some cool shit for a little bit, maybe win a big major title, and then fucking disappear out to the fucking sunset. So hopefully one of those, and then if a bigger company would take me somewhere else, I'd be happy to go other places. Nowhere be off limits on that deal, but yeah, Japan is gonna be one of the main ones, and then Germany.
So that's a goal right now to get signed?
More or less, yes. I'd like to, that's one of the goals. I don't necessarily think it'll be the main company, but as far as I'm concerned, if I get with a company that I'm able to do all the cool things I want to. It doesn't matter where I go. I still want to be able to. I want to be able to travel, wrestle
Right.
some good talent, touch those points where I was talking about, and then fucking get out. You gotta get in to get out, and I don't want to be in there too long. And that's just that's how I grew up, man. So
Gotcha.
that's an old
Gotcha.
Kurt Hennig. That's an old Kurt Hennig thing. I think Brock Lesnar talked about that in a deal. And you gotta get in and get out. You don't want to be in there too long because you'll use you up. And I want to get out in my prime, whatever we
Right.
want to call this, here, and have a little bit of myself left before it's all said and done.
All right. Now, what do you feel is the steps that you need to take to get in front of the right people?
I've talked to a lot of the right people.
Okay.
I've been in contact with some of the right people. Some of the right people know who I am, and it's just more like a matter of time. I can't say I can do too much more here on the Indies. I've got like 100 something bookings on my sheet
Wow.
for this year. By the
Wow.
time it's all said and done at the moment, and I can work the schedule. I can
That's
work the
good
schedule.
stuff.
So I got proof that I can work the schedule. I can work any talent.
Uh-huh.
As far as I'm concerned, I've never deliberately hurt anybody, whether you hear that or not. But I'm dangerous as far as the Brick Savage persona is. That's just how it is. And when you see me wrestle, it's supposed to look violent, and that style is going to fit somewhere.
Mhm.
Probably that has more of a strong style. Type in like New Japan or All
Right.
Japan, Big Japan, somewhere in that. Or there's some certain categories in some places that want something a little different flavor than they have now on their roster. So I feel like I can fit in,
You could bring that.
bring that in from, anywhere, and you're not going to see that same type of flavor in any of those other big companies. Maybe from like one or two people you could pull that out of, but as far as my style goes, it's not something that you'd see every day on TV at all. So
Okay. I recently listened to Gabe Saplowski. He does this thing called the Space on
mhm,
X,
yeah.
and he was talking about how to engage the crowd. I heard some good stuff in there. How do you feel would be best to engage the crowd when you're trying to sell your merchandise?
It depends on if I'm a heel or a face. If I'm a heel, I will not talk to anybody at all. That's
Okay.
just how it is. Especially if it's my debut somewhere. I won't talk before the show. I won't go out during intermission. You can only catch me after the show, and then I won't be as much in character then.
Okay.
Right. So there's a big mystique about my character in of itself, and you don't want to sit there and be best friends with Jason Voorhees. You want to see him kill a bunch of people on
That's right.
screen. It's cool, but you
That's
don't want to
true.
be this dude's best friend because it ruins the appeal out of there. You don't want to sit there and watch me laugh and joke around and stuff like that. You want me to beat people up. You want this imagery of you know this persona you want to be beating
Hmm.
up this bully, beating up this person. You want that. You want to see that. So as far as that's concerned, when I being a heel, I won't go out during the show or whatever. But after the show, I will shake every person's hand. I come out with a permanent marker. I'll sign every piece of paper thing that gets presented to me. I'll take every picture. Mostly kids usually the deal. They want to take
You want a
pictures, so I'll
picture?
take. I'll make sure I take pictures with all the kids. If somebody comes back, the back that comes, hey, there's this kid wants to take. I'll immediately go out there and take photos with the kids. If it's some grumpy old man, I'm probably not. But if it's for a kid, I will absolutely do any kind of merchandise stuff for the kid. And I carry a good amount of merch with me. Uh, I may have it on display and I won't come out
Hmm.
until after the show, and I'll go sell some stuff later on and stuff like that. But uh, it's I think it's a big factor that uh, doesn't matter when I come out, but as long as I do come out and then be a little bit personable with the people after the show's over, and they understand that as far as my character goes, okay, I get it. That's too angry,
All
too
right.
mad. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk during the show. I'm about to come out here in 5 minutes. I'm not
Right.
about to smile when I come out and then turn around and be mad as shit when I come out, out the curtain. it just ruins the whole deal for me. Even so it's got to ruin the deal for the fans. So, but if I'm being a face, I'll come out during intermission. Now, as long as I'm not about to wrestle before intermission, I usually like to wrestle before intermission. They come out, then I can shake all the hands, stuff like that. Cool. We can talk about the match. Where I'm going to be at next. Take all the pictures and stuff like that. Do all the cool poses, make people laugh. Say my little snide remarks, that are a little funny and stuff like that. And again, shake everybody's hand that comes up to me, want to take a picture and stuff like that. So I think that's a big miss part of selling your merch is actually having a personality for one, but also thanking the people that come out there to watch you. Just a quick thank you, a handshake, nothing even crazy. Some people don't even buy the merch; they just want to say thank you. That handshake goes a long way, for sure. It does. It goes a long way. So I've had people that I've met someplace, hadn't seen them in the year and a half. They'll come around to some other shows close by. Here I am. Oh, I saw you, so and so, blah blah. Shake hands. It's that one handshake does a lot. Like I said, even when I'm a heel, like I don't come out during the show. Afterwards, those people that stay for a little bit, and I'll come usually, barreling out the curtain somewhere close. If I'm not, if I hadn't just wrestled, I'll come out, look around, see what I'm trying to look for. Maybe one or two people I come over, shake their hand, and that way it makes it look like I'm approachable.
Right.
So that way people can be like, okay, cool. I think they're in a better mood now. Let me go shake their hand. They'll come do that. And then by the time I come around, whether it's, a couple months, another year from now, they'll remember that. And they'll want to come watch the show. So really important. Make sure you shake your hand to thank people.
100%. I heard a good method that they use. They sometimes the wrestler's name is Kai McKenna. She said at some shows when she's able to, depending on the shows and all that stuff, she'll do the 50-50 raffle. She'll walk around with the 50-50 raffle to get to sell merch and talk to people.
I haven't done a raffle deal yet, but it's in my system of things to plan with. Is to do a raffle.
I never thought
deal.
of that. Because every time I see someone do a raffle, it's always someone who works at the venue. But I've never thought that a wrestler would go do that.
Yeah,
to do that.
Yeah. I got to figure out how to make. Really, it's just like getting the ticket. Again, I don't come out very much, so when I do come out, it has to be very deliberate with something. And having a ticket system little deal would be a good little deal. I can scan like your Cash App, pay for it, have the deal, get the ticket, and then at the end of the show, at the end of intermission or whatever, call the number, do the raffle, and there you go.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what merch stuff I want to put together for it, but
it's crazy.
It's a good idea. It's a very good.
It's a good idea. I learned a lot. Like the space that Gabe does is for wrestlers, so I just tune in to hear what it says because I'm a podcast. I'm interested, and some of the stuff I learned, I'm like, you know what? I never thought of it that way. I think it's very intriguing for anybody who's a professional wrestler in the business to listen to his space that he does every once in a while. So I just wanted to share some of that knowledge.
I've been in this space. I've talked to it a couple times, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I met him. I met him in person at the San Antonio show.
Yeah, I met him. He was doing a scouting thing out here.
Yeah.
So I was working on a promotion. I was able to meet him. He's got a lot of great stuff, man.
Yeah. Hey, he said I was impressive, and I was like, cool, man.
That's awesome.
Right. It was fun. It was cool. That was awesome. Right after I did the Cave-Ins one-legged toss thing. That video went viral, and he happened to be in my DMs and shit. Was like, hey man, you got some matches I can watch? Like, yeah,
that's awesome. Now I remember him saying at the tryout, saying, "I might not get you hired in WWE, but I can get you in front of people that way."
yeah, exactly. So
I think that's great.
So people know who I am. So it's just one of those things. Like it's just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Good stuff. Hopefully, I'll see your name called. I'll be like, oh, I know that guy.
Hopefully, one of these days. It won't be a surprise for sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, cool.
Yeah, I can see it. I can tell you got stuff happening even without you telling me that you had stuff happening. Like I could tell that you're gonna go somewhere. Just your whole demeanor and attitude is just perfect.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff. All right. So what does the rest of 2024 hold for you? besides 100 bookings?
Man, I got some. I'm trying to do some more trips out of state. Uh, I was supposed to go to the Midwest. I think that trip is getting rearranged to something else. So I'm
Okay.
not sure where that's all going to go out. But I don't have anything particular that's super big. I did do a little deal for NWA when they were down in 40. I did GCW when they were in Houston. I think Wrestling Revolver is coming back in October. I'll most likely be on that show for sure. And if one of these other companies like Revolver or GCW hits me up, I'd go do one of those deals if they hit me up. I had the time. I'm going to Mexico. Let me start there.
Oh wow!
I'm going to Mexico, August 3rd, and then I think August like 5th or 6th. So I'll be in that area. I'm going to Monterrey first, and then Nueve Laredo following that Monday. So on Friday. Yeah.
Can you talk about those promotions real quick?
Yeah, NGX is I'm not sure what that stands for. I just know it's extreme. And they're hardcore as shit. So that's their deathmatch style deal. That's for Barricade Pro. Is like a help bringing some of those talent in for NGX, and I'm one of them, along with Dmitry Alexandrov, Stud Stash, and Avon Axel. And we're gonna go in there as a representation of Baracho, more or less. And I think I've got Rex King and some other dude. I can't remember how to say his name. What's like Psychotico, one of those deals. But look tough. So it's a triple threat for me there on Friday, and then I can't remember the promotion that's going to be on the following Monday at the Web Laredo, but I'm pretty sure I'll be teaming with Dimitri and probably Lowrider, and I think it may be against La Park.
Oh wow!
I think I'm not 100% sure. That one's still in the works, but I think that's what I was. I just don't remember I think they told me the promotion. They're just like, here was the idea, and I was like, okay, cool. And then yeah, so that's the big thing to have on my plate as of now. But
that's awesome, man! Congratulations, bud.
As of right now, for the middle of July, I don't have any big names yet as of yet, but those are all still up in the air with the half a year's worth of promotions. Yeah. So people don't tell me until like 2 weeks before, hey, you're wrestling so I'm like, oh, cool. All right, sounds good.
You're gonna be busy the rest of the year, man. And hopefully you get signed too. I have a wrestler in the chat who's from up here in the north, and he's here. He comes in peace, and he's just keeping an eye on the competition. And that's Adam Ace.
Yeah. I'm trying to get up to the north side there for some stuff. But it's I'm not saying this. I'm going to Colorado for, I think, Battleground Pro at the end of August. That's another one. I'm going out of state, but I don't have any other big trips planned. Like I was supposed to go do this Midwest thing. I was supposed to get a 3-day loop up out there, but I'm not sure where to go here.
Hopefully, we can get you up here in the north before you get scooped up somewhere.
Trying to, man. Trying to make some of these towns before it's too late.
Before it's too late.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Time is ticking.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying. I'm trying to make these towns before it's too late. Some people already got the writing on the wall. They're like, "All right, man, cool. All right, sorry, this is the last time I'll probably see you." Then I was like, "What you mean? What are you talking about? I'll see you next week." But yeah, that was the last time I see you. You're getting out of here soon.
Right. You'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I can't make it, guys. I already got signs." Click.
Yeah, there's been a couple people like, if you got to cancel and it's for a big show, I thank you. I'm so glad to have you before you. I'm like, oh yeah, man.
Man, let me tell you, that's what happened with Stephanie Bacour in Mexico. Yeah. She got signed on Monday, called them on Tuesday, said, sorry, I can't come back.
Yes. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. You get your dream job,
hey,
at the big leagues and stuff like that.
Gotta go.
Some of these people are going to have to understand, man. If you're not about to cut that big-ass check that she's about to get, right? Come on. It's
I
one of those
get it.
things.
Trust me, I get it.
I want to be loyal to some of these people, but goddamn, loyalty ain't paying my bills. You know what
I'd
I
be
mean?
like, no hard feelings, man. I
No hard
understand.
feelings. No hard feelings, man. I gotta collect this bank, man.
Man,
And the feed.
it's been a joy talking to you,
Yeah.
brother. Let everybody know where they can follow you, and obviously worldbreakersavage.com is where they can get the merch.
Get all the merch, get all the cool. You want to get jacked and juicy like your boy Brick Savage? WorldBreakerSavage.com has the stuff to do so. You can follow him on Instagram at WorldBreakerSavage. You can hit him on Twitter at BrickSavage7. Those are the two places where I talk the most shit on. So yeah, you'd be glad to follow me on those.
Make sure you get the merch now before he has to take the website down.
Yeah.
Some of
that stuff is exclusive on it. You can only find it on that website and stuff like that. Like I said, all that stuff is hand drawn by me. So
get it now. All right. Serena says before we go, I think Brick versus Wrecking Ball Legursky.
I've talked to Wrecking Ball a little bit. Yeah,
NWA. Yeah, I had him on before. He's real nice, but he's a Wrecking Ball.
Yeah. I'll still knock his ass over. So those things.
Man, I was like up next to him in person. I'm like, holy fuck, this guy's huge. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3".
Yeah, see.
And I was intimidated by Wrecking Ball.
I'm just solid and dense, man. This is my size sometimes is like it's really confusing to people. And there's like, I didn't know you were so big. I'm like, yeah, it's like it's the legs. You got to look at the legs. I got these tree trunk legs that those belts I wear around my thighs. Those are real. Those are adult men's belts. Yeah, that's like a 34-inch waist right there.
Oh man, yikes!
Yeah, they're confused. I'll be kicking the shit out of people and like, all right, well now you understand why.
Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight. Much success to you.
Thank you.
Also, want to let everybody know this Saturday up here in the north at NYWC, we got Trust No One. This Saturday, July 20th. Get your tickets at nywcprowrestling.com as Amity LaVey takes on Jasmine Howe in a fight for that Starlet Championship. And let me tell you, Brick, Amity pulled a pair of pliers on me. I do not want to go near her anymore.
Yeah, sounds like my kind of wrestler right there. Yeah, for sure.
She's tough, man. No joke.
That's what I like.
Also on the line will be the NYWC Championship as Jorge Lepistilla takes on Sal Savelli, Mr. Main Event himself. Make sure you go to NYWC Pro Wrestling, get your tickets for this Saturday night. You can also check out my vlogs up now. This one is with Kai McKenna. She's hanging out with me right there. She's making a name for herself all over. Also hanging out is from Monster Factory, Marvelous and the God of Dad Bod right there. You can see them briefly on Monster Factory up on Apple TV. That's good stuff. Also coming up is Constant Wrestling as Jay Lethal makes his debut there. Well, I think he makes his debut, but he'll definitely be there. And the owner will be on next week to talk about this event. And then, of course, we have Seaside Showdown 2 from Titan Championship Wrestling, Tidal Wave at the Beachcomber Bar and Grill on Seaside Heights on Saturday, August 24th. It's a free event, so make sure you come down. Serena says thank you for coming on the podcast, Brick.
Welcome. Appreciate you, Serena.
I thank you as well. And hold on a sec, everybody else. I will see you next week.